In this video, we're going to explore some of the other features within the page layout view, in particular print titles and headers and footers. Let's first of all start with print titles. Okay, to understand the use of print titles, let's go back to our print preview mode. This sheet is displaying a large amount of data, relatively well presented in a relatively sensible font. But there's one issue that I could have with it. And that is, as I scroll through the different sheets or move through the printed sheets that I've picked up off the printer, I no longer have those column headers. And after a while, flicking onto page 7, I may not remember what some of these numbers mean. So I'd like a way to be able to replicate these same column headers on every single page. One brute force method of doing that would be to insert rows periodically and copy that header in. But fortunately, Excel provides us a much neater way than that. Using the print titles functionality, I can tell Excel which rows I want it to repeat. So right here, I will click into the rows to repeat at top. To expand and be able to select a range from the worksheet, I'm going to use this button here. From here, I simply need to select the row that I want to repeat. In this case, just the row headers. With that selected, I can click OK, and we can go and examine our print preview, or examine the preview directly from this window. At first glance, it looks exactly the same, but as I scroll through those pages, I will see that my column header has appeared again on page 2, and page 3, and page 4, etc. all the way through. Again, a particularly useful feature for printing documents. And of course, as data is added or deleted, this header will stay exactly in the same place, always at the top. Next up, let's take a look at headers and footers. To access the headers and footers, I can click on this little button here, which will take me to all of the page setup options. Or I can use the print titles and then change tab. Let's use this button here to access all the options. Here I have various page setup options, as we've already discussed using the ribbon, but the one I'm interested in here is the header and footer. So in the header and footer section, in the same way that I've added printed titles that repeat on every page, I can add a header or a footer that will appear on every page of the document. I can choose from these pre-selected footers. For example, a page number list. So simply at the bottom of every page, I will get the page number. I can also add different types of footers, but let's just take this simple one with the page number. In terms of the header, I can also add the page number at the top, and there's a whole variety of other things I could add, such as, for example, the file path may be of interest. I'm just going to leave the header as none and the footer as page numbers. Again, I can dive straight into my print preview and see how that would look. Very much as the same view as we had before, but now with the page 1 listed on page 1, page 2 on page 2, etc. all the way through the workbook.